Welcome to Chris's Top Tens. Today's Top 10 are the real secret combinations of today. The real people we need to be fearing. Not the ones that some people sometimes like to make up and say, we're fearing all this stuff, but it doesn't hurt to know what we're doing. Because a lot of times they don't even know what they're talking about. And sometimes they fear things that just don't make sense. Even though it's 4 groups that I'm going to be focused on. Really is not a top 10, it's 4. And because if I started doing the 10 that everyone is so afraid of, the Illuminati, which is fictitious to me, the people called the people who say that Masons, but they're actually not bad guys. From what I've seen, the Masons were actually a good group. They would do things for people and help people work. So, here is my 4 that I think are good, are the worst in the country right now. We may have to destroy them and take these people out. Number 4. Number 4 is a group called the Unions. I don't know if I could say good or bad things about them. But as much as you guys want to believe, they weren't a good group. They weren't even a good creation. They were created to keep black people out of their jobs. I don't know what people think the unions are good for today. They rip people off, they steal money in the last few years, but there are some dangerous things I've seen the unions do. Write laws to where people will be afraid if they can't get rid of those laws. They've written some pretty good laws and kept people from working in these jobs and forcing people to work in jobs they don't want to. The other thing is, a group that the union has built up does need to be fired. And more than that, they need to be feared. The group is the bureaucrats. A lot of them need to be fired. I think they need to be feared. I know they need to be feared. A lot of people don't take things seriously on them and don't know what they're up to. The bureaucrats may be killing you congressmen. You congressmen need to really watch this video and realize how dangerous these people really are. The bureaucrat does not work. He doesn't do anything. But in the last few years, since the union has been bringing them in, creepy people have been getting in. And I know they have mob bosses. I know one of them's going to kill you eventually. One almost did. Take it seriously, friends. Learn what you can do, Congress. You don't want the bureaucrats. Number 3. Something I don't know. A lot of people will say this is ridiculous. I can't say. I'm not going to say things other people will go rip into and say, well, this is... I actually think it's great to say I have a colored neighbor. It's great to say that neighbor is a sweet person. I also think it's great to see people of other races working together. It's neat to see somebody of another race at my church. This next one is about something called Charles Manson. You may not know this history. You may know Helter Skelter. But we have hit it for too many years, that the Helter Skelter, what the concept of it is, what it's been doing. I've seen too many people try to say that's not what they're trying to do. I think they are. I know that's what they're trying to do. They're trying to create a big race war. A lot of these people are crazy. And these racists are not who they say they are. These people who say, hey, we're not doing it. NBC was doing it for many years. Of course, there's one question I have for NBC and Saturday Night Live. The 2015 to 2016 season, you didn't do one sketch of Barack Obama. And if you say, well, it was an election time, Well, I'll tell everyone to go on Hulu and look. It's not political. It wasn't a little political game, because I know they did sketches of Bill Clinton during the 99 to 2000 election. Around that time, they would do sketches of Bill Clinton. So, what are you trying to hide? Were you guys trying to create a race war? Because I saw you did a show on Charles Manson. Do you think you're trying to hide something from us by lying to us, NBC? I do know you were trying to create a race war. Because you men are all thinking this race war is going to help you guys. It won't. So quit this race war now. You guys are not hated by anyone. There is no racism going around. You're the ones creating it. End it now. Number 2. This may be hard. I live in the town of Roswell, but this may be hard for us. But it's a show on History Channel that I have a hard time with, and a thing that my friends are not happy with. If my friends aren't happy, you don't want to say those things. And you need to know this one. That these things are real. The scariest thing I've seen this one come out of History Channel, and somehow I think it's to create a god for you guys. It's called Ancient Aliens, which I think is all fraud. I don't believe aliens have ever landed here. Maybe once, but we threw them in jail if they ever came here again. And I can't say that aliens are even here. You guys should know better than to believe this thing. This is just trying to create a god that you need to worship. But I don't believe any of this stuff. It may be a dangerous thing you're playing with. You need to. Ancient aliens is not real. No aliens. Nothing from other planets have ever come around here. I don't know. Our district's pretty interesting. But then you'll say, well, we got technology. Yeah. I also think it came from Mormons or the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, you want to call us. They may have come from members of our church, from the Mormons themselves. You'll freak out if you actually look at it and realize, yeah, a lot of technology comes from Mormons. That sounds hilarious, but it is true. And number one, there's a thing going on in the Middle East, that a secret combination group in the Middle East that I have no idea what they're up to, but I know they're cannibals. They're real. There truly are cannibals out there in the Middle East. I don't know what they're up to, but they're a group of cannibals planning to overthrow their governments in the Middle East by eating their leaders and eating everything they do, their dictators, everything. This is very real. I know this is scary to you guys, but this is very real.